Hey, what's going up, YouTube? This is Dre5Ds here, coming at you again with another Black Lightning Season 1 review. Tonight we're going to be going over Episode 4. So tonight I just want to start out by saying that I thought this episode was really good, just for the sheer fact that it had a lot of action in it. And I think that was probably my one negative for the show throughout the first three episodes, is that it wasn't really enough action in the show. I always thought that we didn't really get to see enough Black Lightning, except for like the maybe last 5 minutes of the first three episodes. But tonight we got like a really good helping of him. We got to see him going out and about doing his runs as a normal superhero does on a daily basis, and like we mostly see on the other CW shows, like Arrow and Flash and Supergirl. We definitely see them in costume and action more than enough, especially way more than the last 5 minutes of the episode. So I thought that they're definitely heading into the right direction, and I really hope that we get to see more of him throughout the entire episode, instead of the last 5 minutes that we've seen throughout the first three episodes, which I would think and hope that they would, especially since as the season progresses, there's probably going to be more action going on, especially with Nyssa and developing her powers, and Jefferson trying to fight Tobias Whale, and also just protect the city and stop any casualties as that are going to happen because of the 100 gang. Another thing I liked in this episode, we got to see more of Nyssa in action tonight. We got a good, idea, especially from last week's preview of tonight's episode, that we were going to see more of Nyssa, going out and, doing more heroic things. She did that to a certain extent, as we find out that she saw two of her students trying to buy the green light drug that the whole episode was centered around, and one of the thugs, or I wouldn't say thugs, one of the two drug dealers, they were actually harassing Nyssa, calling her names and everything, and she took that personally. And later that night, or the next day, I believe, she went out and she gave him a piece of her mind. She, punched him very hard, and the guy got what was coming to him. You shouldn't talk to a person like that, and flashing a gun on her, that's just not right. To anybody. So they definitely had what's coming to her. It was very strange to see how she looked pretty scared when she did it at first. Because from what we've seen before, she's only really hidden, I guess, objects, and this is like the first time that she's actually focused her energy and used her powers to actually fight back. The first time we saw her was she just defended herself and threw the guy through the aisles of the convenience store or supermarket. But tonight we actually got to see her, focusing in and actually trying to, stop a crime, or, get payback for the guys that did her wrong earlier that week. And we also got to see her again with her and Grace leaving the club or the bar. And we find out that Grace may be in some type of trouble. Not really sure, the guys that were coming up to her, but we also got to see Nyssa protect her. And we didn't actually get to see the fight, but she definitely did a lot of damage from the ground, and it looked pretty serious. And the ground was all shaken up. Cars were like not exploded, but the glass of the cars were like shattered and everything. And she was able to protect Grace, and she's definitely leaning more towards going to be a superhero and going out to fight crime, because as she mentioned in the episode before and also last week, marching just isn't getting it done. There's only so many times you can march and preach and try to do things, the clean and right way to try to stop the crime and violence in the city of Freeland. But at some point, you kind of do have to take matters in your own hand, especially how bad Freeland is. And from the looks of it, it's just Freeland is just getting like worse and worse, and it's just a really bad place to be in. And with so much control under Tobias Harris and Jill Scott's character, it just seems like there's not really much room to actually protest and fight against them. So you can definitely see where she's coming from and where the strive and her want to help people is coming from, because like I said before, there's nothing much you can do except for maybe dress up and fight off the 100 gang and other I won't say villains, other crime lords. It definitely seems that Gambi is gonna find out about Nissa and her powers, or either he's gonna find out, or he may already know at this moment. We saw that he saw someone on the security cameras. It wasn't quite clear if he actually saw Nissa's face. We couldn't actually see Nissa's face, but it seems like Gambi is definitely gonna, you know, probably be the first one to talk to her about it and probably obviously make the suit for her because we are like we've seen before. We've seen that Nissa's gonna have her suit and go around and probably fighting crime. Who knows if it's gonna actually be with Black Lightning? She might just go out on her own, but she's definitely gonna get a suit, and most likely it's probably gonna come from Gambi since he already modified and made a Jefferson suit for him to be Black Lightning. So it only makes sense that he also makes her suit in the future episodes too, which I would hope that maybe next week that Gambi actually maybe not confront but maybe talk to Nyssa and or either or not no scratch that. Next week Gambi's probably gonna get more evidence and more of an inkling to who this person is. He's definitely going to investigate more of what's going on with that scene that he saw outside the bar. He's definitely going to probably figure out maybe by the end of next episode, episode 5. He's probably going to find out that it's Nyssa, and then we're probably gonna have her and him interact and talk about going forward to her being a superhero. A couple of negatives that I had about the show was one thing at least I'm not really looking forward to, and that's the looks like a possible storyline of Tobias Whale and his sister making the people hate Black Lightning or go against him using Jennifer's boyfriend Khalil. And I don't know, it just feels like that story has been done so many times in comics and also in TV shows. We definitely seen it in Arrow. We've I can't recall if we actually seen it in Flash, but it's just a common recurring thing in comics and TV shows like this where we have a superhero and the villain is manipulating the people to make the people think that they don't really like Black Lightning, that he's actually a bad person, and it's been done so many times. It's a storyline I would think that the writers would be smarter to do. So the sister suggests that her and Tobias will actually make the people turn on Black Lightning and make them actually take him down instead of them, killing him themselves, which I don't really see how that can really solve the problem. I'm pretty sure the people in Freeland, they might hate Black Lightning, but I don't believe that they would actually go out and kill him, because that's their goal. They want Black Lightning dead, and having the people, you know, turn against him, it wouldn't kill him. Maybe emotionally and inside it might kill him, but it wouldn't like physically kill him as they want him to be dead. And it just seems like a way of making him retreat or retire from being Black Lightning instead of actually killing him, which is their goal. So that whole storyline, I'm not really looking forward to. I don't really see the purpose of it, especially with how much power we've seen Tobias Harris have. It just seems like he can easily go kill him by himself. Doesn't seem like that he would need the help of the people to turn on him. So I'm just not really looking forward to it. Hopefully it won't last too long. But I don't know. I will say I do have confidence in the writers. I really love what they've been doing so far. So maybe they might have a different spin on it. Maybe it actually won't work. We don't know yet, but hopefully it doesn't go down the cliche route of what we've seen in so many other comics and TV shows with the people actually hating the superhero. So I just want to say thank you again for watching my video. I really appreciate it. If you like what you see, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. And definitely tune in next week for my review of episode 5 on Black Lightning Season 1. So until then, see you later.